Welcome to the new live of Ketile Kotte YouTube channel. So today we are live with the poem Fra Lippo Lippi by Robert Browning. Fra Lippo Lippi. So this is a poem that belongs to the 19th century. Today we are just reciting the lines of the poem. The next day we will give a background of this poem and give you a lecture regarding the poem. Today we are just reciting the lines of the poem. Fra Lippo Lippi. And poor brother Lippo, by your leave, you need not clap your torches to my face. Zooks, what's to blame? You think you see a monk. What, this past midnight, and you go to the rounds, and here you can catch me at an alley's end, where sportive ladies leave their doors ajar. The carmine's my closet. Hunt it up. The carmine's my cloister. Hunt it up. Do harry out if you must show your zeal. Before we go to the rest of the section of this poem, let me remind you about something important. The language used in this poem is quite old, and therefore you may find some words difficult to understand and different from what we are using right now in English. One such example is this word cloister. Cloister means uh, a closed place that is uh, just like a seminary, but not like the seminaries that we see in this century. And here this tis here means this. There are a lot of Middle English words and some strange words used in this poem. Strange according to the according to the people of modern English, that is we people. But I will explain you such words after reciting. Okay, so we can move on to the rest of the poem. Whatever rat they haps on this wrong hole, and nip is softling of a wee white mouse that's strapped to keep him company. Aha, you know your betters, then you will take your hand away that's fiddling on my throat. And please to know me likewise. Who am I? Why, one, sir, who is lodging with a friend. 3 streets off, he's a certain, how do you call? 3 streets off, how he's a certain, how do you call? I have learned this poem with a repetition of this line. That's why I just repeated this line, though it's not given in such a way here. Okay. Master, a Cosimo of the Medici, I, the house that caps the corner, bore you were best. Remember and tell me the day you are hanged, how you affected such a gullet's gripe. But you, sir, it concerns you that your knaves pick up a manner, not discredit you. Zooks, are we pilchers? that they sweep the streets and count fair price what comes into their net. He is Judas to a little what man is. Just such a face. Why, sir, you make amends. Lord, am not angry. Bid your hand dogs go. Drink out this quarter florin to the health of the magnificent house that harbours me, and many more beside, lads more beside, and all's come square again. I'd like his face, his elbowing on his comrade at the door, with the pike and lantern for the slave that holds John Baptist's head a dangle by the hair. With one hand, look you now, as who should say, and his weapon in the other, yet unwiped. It's not your chance to have a bit of chalk, a wood call or the like, or you should see. Yes, am the painter, since you style me so. What, Brother Lippo's doings up and down? You know them, and they take you like enough. I saw the proper twinkle in your eye. Tell you, I liked your looks at very first. Let's sit and set things straight now, hip to haunch. Your spring hum, and the nights one makes up bands to roam the town and sing out carnival. And I have been 3 weeks shut within my mew, a painting for the great man, saints and saints and saints again. I could not paint all night. Oh, I learned out of window for fresh air. There came a hurry of feet and little feet, a sweep of lute strings, laughs and whiffs of song, flower of the womb. Take away love, and our earth is a tomb, flower of the queens. I let Liza go, and what good is life since? Flower of the time. And so on, round they went. Scarce had they turned the corner with a titter, like the skipping of rabbits by moonlight, 3 slim shapes, and a face that looked up. Zooks, sir, flesh and blood. That's all I'm made of. Into shreds it went. Curtain and counterpane and coverlet. All the bed furniture, a dozen knots. There was the ladder. Down I let myself, hands and feet, scrambling somehow, and so dropped. And after them, I came up with the fun. Hard by St. Lawrence. Hail fellow, well met. And so, as I was stealing back again to get to bed and have a bit of sleep, ere I rise up tomorrow and go work, on Jerome knocking at his poor all dressed, with his great round stone to subdue the flesh, you snap me of the sudden. Ah, I see. Through your eye twinkles still. You shake your head. Mine's shaved, a monk, you see? The sting's in that. If Master Cosimo announced himself, mum's the word naturally, but a monk. Come, what am I beast for? Tell us now. I was a baby when my mother died, and father died, and left me in the street. I starved there, God knows how, a year or two, on fig skins, melon parings, rinse and shucks, refuse and rubbish. One fine frosty day, my stomach being empty as you had, the wind doubled me up and down I went. Old Aunt Lepicchia thrust me with one hand. Its fellow was a stringer, as I knew, and so along the wall over the bridge, by the street cut to the convent, 6 words there. while I stood munching my first bread that month. So, boy, you're minded, quoth the good fat father, wiping his own mouth. It was reflection time. To quit this very miserable world, will you renounce the mouthful of bread? Though I, by no means brief, they made a monk of me. I did renounce the world, its pride and greed, palace, farm, villa, shop, and banking house, trash, such as these poor devils of Medici have given their hearts to all at 8 years old. Well, sir, I found in time, you may be sure, was not for nothing. The good billiful, the warm surge and the rock that goes all around. And day long blessed idleness beside. Let's see what the urchins fit for that came next. Not overmuch their way, I must confess, such a total. They tried me with their books. Lord, they have taught me Latin in pure waste. Flower of the cloud, all the Latin I construe is amor I love. But mind you, when a boy starves in the streets, 8 years together, as my fortune was, watching folks' faces to know who will fling the bit of half-stripped grey bunch he desires, and who will curse or kick him for his pains. Which gentleman, processional and fine, holding a candle to the sacrament, will wink and let him lift a plate and catch the droppings of the wax to sell again, or holla for the 8 and have him whipped? How say I? Nay, which dog bites, which lets drop, is born from the heap of all in the street. Why, soul and sense of him grow sharp alike. He learns and the looks of the things. He learns the looks of things, and none the less for admonition from the hunger pinch. I had a stone of such remarks, he's sure, which after I found leisure turned to use. I drew men's faces on my copybooks, strolled them within the antiphonary march, joined legs and arms to the long music notes, found eyes and nose and chin for A's and B's, and made a string of pictures of the world, betwixt the ins and outs of verb and noun. On the wall, the bench, the door, the monks looked black. Nay, quoth the prior, turn him out, dare ye say. In no wise lose a crow and catch a duck, catch a lark. What if at last we get a man of parts, we Carmelites like those camel dollars and preaching friars to do our church a fine and put the front on in that ought to be, and hereupon he bade me daub away. Thank you, my head being cramped, the walls a blank. Never was such prompt disemburdening. First, every sort of monk, the black and white, I drew them fat and lean, then folk at church, from good old gossips waiting to confess their crypts of bottle droppings, candle ends, to the breathless fellow at the altar foot, fresh from his murder, safe and sitting there, with the little children round him in a row. Oh, admiration, half for his beard and half for that white anger of his victim's son, shaking a first at him with one fierce arm, signing himself with the other because of Christ, whose sad face on the cross says, only this, after the passion of 1,000 years, till some poor girl, her apron over her head, with which the intense eyes looked through, came at eve, on tiptoe said a word dropped in a loaf, her pair of earrings and a bunch of flowers. The brute took growling, prayed, and so was gone. I painted all, then cried, is ask and have. Choose for most ready. Let the latter flat, and showed my covered bit of cloth wall. The monks closed in a circle and praised Lord till checked, taught what to see and not to see. Being simple bodies, that's a very man. Look at the boy who stops to pat the dog. That woman's like the prior's niece who comes to care about his asthma. It's the life. But they may triumph, strove, five flawed and funked. Their betters took their turn to see and say, the prior and the learned pulled a face and stopped all that in no time. House, what's here? Quite from the mark of painting, bless us all, faces, arms, legs, and bodies like the true. As much as P and P, it's devil's game. Your business is not to catch men with the show, with homage to the perishable clay, but lift them over it, ignore it all, make them forget there's thing as flesh. Your business is to paint the souls of men, man's soul, and it's a fire. Smoke? No, it's not. It's vapor done up like a newborn babe. In that shape, when you die, it leaves your mouth. It's well. What matters talking? It's the soul. Give us no more of body that shows soul. Here's Goethe with his saint a praising God. That sets us praising. Why not stop with him? Why put all thoughts of praise out of her head with wonder at lines, colors, and what not? Paint the soul. Never mind the legs and arms. Rub all out. Try it at a second time. Oh, that white, smallish female with breasts, she's just my niece, Herodias, I would say, who went and danced and got men's heads cut off. Have it all out. Now, is this sense, I ask, a fine way to paint soul? By painting bodies so ill the eye can't stop there, must go further, and can't fare worse, thus, yellow dust for white. When what you put for yellow is simply black, and any sort of meaning looks intense, when all beside itself means and looks not, why can't a painter lift each foot in turn? L- Left foot and right foot go a double step, make his flesh liker and his soul more like, both in their order. Take the prettiest face, the prior's niece, patron saint, is so pretty you can discover if it means bob, fair, sorrow, or joy. Won't beauty go with these? Suppose I have made her eyes all right and blue. Can't I take breath and try to add life's flash, and then add soul and heighten them threefold? Or say there's beauty with no soul at all. I never saw it. Put the case the same. If you get simply beauty and not else, you get about the best thing God invents. That's somewhat. I will find the soul you have missed within yourself, where you return him thanks. Rub all out. Well, there's my life, in short. And so the thing has gone on ever since. I'm grown a man, no doubt. I've broken bounds. You should not take a fellow 8 years old and make him swear to never kiss the girls. I am my own master. Pay now as I please. Having a friend, you see, in the corner house. The rest will be recitated. The rest will be done in the next live. Thank you all.